Inequality in Chicago and inequity in Chicago is evident by the fact that you can drive just a couple of miles west of downtown and your lifespan will be 16 fewer years. Inequity and inequality is evident in Chicago because we know where the violence is happening in the city, and yet we haven't done anything to address it. Chicago is not broke, but much of our policymaking in this city is based on this notion of scarcity. What we know is that when the administration has priority projects and issues, they always find a way to make it happen, and they always find the resources. Chicago is not broke because we have 55 million public dollars to give to Navy Pier. Meanwhile, development projects in struggling communities are scrambling to find resources. Chicago is not broke because we came up with a $1.2 billion plan to put a museum on the lakefront, but couldn't find the resources to fund anti-violence programs in communities that need them. Chicago is not broke because we have $500 million to pay out in police misconduct cases. Chicago has the resources, but it has a crisis in priorities, meaning that those people that are valued by the power structure, by the administration, always find a way to get what they need. Meanwhile, those in communities that have been disinvested and marginalized struggle to get even the basic minimum to ensure that they have a high quality of life. Equity is about acknowledging that there have been policies in the past that have disadvantaged and marginalized communities in Chicago, and that we have a responsibility to correct those wrongs. Abundance is about recognizing that we have everything we need to make sure that everyone has access to a high quality of life. We can make sure that every resident in Chicago who wants to find work can find work. We can have the access to capital that we need to empower the business community in the neighborhoods. We can have well-funded block clubs and infrastructure that builds community empowerment. We can actually have a transparent government where we share information because we know that information empowers people. Policymaking must be driven by a vision, not just of fixing problems, but a vision of what the city can be, what's possible for us. I am Amara Enyia. All people, all voices, one city.